Hello YouTubers, I'm Justin and today on Dash and Run we're doing another one of my camera reviews, and yes, we're finally going to be having a look at the Instax Mini 70. Now if you want to have a look at the unboxing for this video, I'll leave it in the link below, but for this video we're basically going to do a run around of this camera and the features. Okay, so before we do the tour of the Instax Mini 70, I've just brought in the Instax Mini 8. Now, in a way, this is kind of replacing this particular model. And like the new model, the old one did come in many colours. Now, basically, I just want to show you that there's been a bit of progression in the design. As you can see, there's definitely a smaller form factor happening here between the previous model. Not to mention, you've also got a whole host of more features now on the newer model. So this is basically just to give you an idea of how the two look together. So next, let's go have a bit of a closer look at this camera. Okay, so let's go through the features on the outside of this camera first of all. So first of all, from the front, you can see you've got your flash, your viewfinder, your trigger button, your lens mount, a mirror for doing selfies, and then these two anchoring points for a strap. Now to this side, you've got your anchoring point, you've got your battery compartment. Going to the back, you've got three buttons here, which are your mode buttons, an LED screen, a power button, viewfinder, window for when the film's in the camera or when it's not in the camera. Going to this side, you've got a lever here to open the back. Going to the top, you've got where the film comes out. And then finally on the bottom, you've got a tripod mount. So that's pretty much a tour of the camera. So next, let's load some batteries, some film, and go through the different shooting modes. Okay, so let's load the batteries into this beast. Now the batteries basically go in this bit here, which basically just clicks up, and it's not the most secure. I don't actually really like the way they've done this. It's kind of just a clip-on mechanism to hold it in place, so it's not that tight, but I suppose it won't actually open or you won't lose your batteries. Now the batteries it takes are these CR2 batteries, which I mentioned in the unboxing, and they're not the most common batteries, but they do last a lot longer than say a AA or AAA battery. So basically we just put these two batteries in like so, and they click down like that. Shut this, which as I said is not that secure, and we'll see if we've got power. Now we just push this button here, which is the on button, and the lens should come out. Okay, so now we've got power. So I'll turn that off. So next I'll load up some film. Now it takes the usual Instax Mini film cartridges, and of course you can get all different types of designs. These ones have just got a coloured border, but you can get all sorts of different colours and designs, which is really cool. So we'll get this out the box. Okay, so I've got my film and I've got the camera, and next we've just got to open it. Now you've got here a little latch mechanism. Push that like so and it will open the back. Now, like all the Instamatic cameras that I've looked at on my channel and all of the models that are out from Fuji, they have the standard procedure, which is basically you have to get your film out, and then all you do is you line up your yellow marker to the yellow marker there. So basically just stick your cartridge in like so, and then you just shut this down like so. And when you turn it on, and you press the trigger, the first one that will come out will be a blank, and that's just to protect the film. So that's the first one that comes out is just this blank sheet. So the camera is now ready to shoot, and it's all loaded up with film and everything. So next, let's go through some of the shooting modes on this camera. Okay, so let's do a bit of a tour of the shooting modes on this camera. So first of all, if I push the on button, it will come up with that there's 10 shots in the camera. Now the first button here, that's your mode button. So if I push that, it should come up with this little icon here. It might be hard to see on the camera, but it represents macro vision, and it will adjust the lens accordingly. Then you've got landscape, so again, lens is getting adjusted. Then next you've got the flash mode, so you can turn the flash on or off, which is handy. And then finally you've got something called high key, and basically what that will do is it will brighten the image, so the shots will look a little bit brighter than normal. And then if you push the mode again, it will go back to automatic. Now this button here, this operates your timer, and you have a couple of different timing modes that you can set in this camera. And then this final button on this side, that's for selfies. So you push this button and then you line yourself up using the mirror, and you can take some selfies. So it's pretty much all the different shooting modes. So next, let me take some pictures and show you what I've got from this camera, and then I'll give you my wrap up at the end. Okay, so let's have a look at some photos I've taken with this camera. So first of all, this shot here was basically taken in the normal mode. So I didn't use the macro or the landscape or the high key mode. I just took it in the normal mode with the flash on. Next shot is this fella here. Now this was taken with the macro vision enabled on the camera, and it's not a great deal difference, but it does bring the image a little bit closer than what it seems like it would take normally. Next, I've got a landscape image. Now I've set the camera in landscape mode, and I've taken a sort of a landscape shot of the sky and a palm tree. Again, I don't know if it does a great deal of difference. It just sort of adjusts the lens and brings it in or out a bit more for these shots. Next, we've got two shots here. Now this was taken with the high key, that's this one here, and then this one on this side was taken in normal mode, and you can see that the high key shot is slightly more defined and looks a little bit more detailed. But it's only a subtle difference. Probably if you had the right shot, it would make quite a bit of a difference. So it's a nice feature to have. And the final shot is, of course, the selfie mode shot. And as you can see here, I've set it up to take a picture of my cat. And this is the shot I got from the selfie mode. And it's quite good. So if you want to take pictures of animals or yourself, it's definitely a handy feature to have. Anyway, let's go wrap this video up. Okay, so there we go. There's the Instax Mini 70. A very nice camera. I really liked using it, had fun using it. I think this camera is good. If you're into Instamatic cameras, you'll definitely want this camera. Now, I've been looking at Instamatic cameras for some time, and I've got here the Instamatic Mini 90, which I kind of consider the benchmark of the best of the Instamatic cameras. And the 70 definitely gives this one a run for its money. And if you're after a really good Instamatic camera that's pretty almost as good as this, then I would go for this one, because you can save your money on the cost, because this is a lot dearer, but you'll pretty much get all the same features on the 70. So I highly recommend it. Anyway, I'm Justin, and as always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. And finally, I just want to add one last thing to say thank you for all the people who have subscribed to my channel for this year, and for all the people that have taken the time to watch or even sent me messages or comments. It's really fantastic, and I hope to have more videos up next year for 2016. So until then, have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year.